Good morning, Gauchos. I'm Kim.
And I'm Marianne.
And you better close your eyes.
But open your ears.
Because we're the only news team
that rhymes with nacho blues.
What? Oh, that's right. It's
time for some Gaucho news. Say, Kim, have you ever fallen under any weird stereotypes and misconceptions throughout your years here at Narbonne?
Yeah, it's been 3 years being here, and I can say that I've been judged and stereotyped in more ways than one.
To be totally honest, people judge you every single day.
That's kind of sad, and it's gone pretty weird sometimes. I've gotten things from, hey, you look a lot taller and sound a lot taller on GNN, to, ese, ¿quieres comprar las drogas? One's image can get really misconstrued over time. Has that ever happened to you, Marianne?
It has. People seem to think that I'm supposed to be a terrible driver and I'm supposed to be acing all my math classes. I'm sorry, Mr. Ariola.
You can almost feel the emotional scarring. Wow, Gauchos, it's time for us to address something more serious and personal for GNN.
Stereotypes and where you should stand.
I mean, let's be honest. If you're Asian, you must be taking 10 AP classes, right?
If you're Hispanic, you gotta love soccer and eating tacos, right?
And you have to be black to play football and basketball or play craps.
Stereotypes just make looking at one group so much easier, right?
Definitely miss 1%. It's all fun and games as long as nobody gets hurt.
Right.
As long as we don't convert it to racism. Ooh, definitely not. It's all good to assume by association, no?
Yes. Actually, no, it isn't. We've been blessed for having a melting pot for our school's demographic, Gauchos. There are so many races, affiliations, and groups to just judge right off the bat that it's difficult not to do so.
Because isn't it their fault for not caring? I mean, if anybody wanted to, anybody could easily change their lives, right?
That's true. Anyone can as long as they try. Let's move on to Jonathan Chavez with interviews asking seniors if they could relive their high school life.
Good morning, Gauchos. Jonathan here, and we're going to be talking about stereotypes today. Now, we're with Lee. If you could relive high school, would you change what you've done?
Yeah, I'd have stopped fooling around. Probably took more AP classes.
I mean, if you could relive high school, would you?
Yeah, I would definitely just get better grades.
What would you change?
Get better grades. Probably not play like COD.
I would change the way I saw school.
As you can see, Gauchos, a lot of people, they fall under stereotypes because they don't know what else to do. So, back to you, May.
Thanks, Jonathan. You see, people wanted to, but they were just too afraid of breaking the balance of social norms.
I get your point, but why do people still act like they don't even care about school, even though our entire staff is doing absolutely everything they can to benefit them? It makes me regret being born on this planet.
Again, it's most likely just social pressures forcing them into doing such monotonous, uncreative, hive-mind mentality-like actions, bringing them deeper into sorrow and a cyclical lifestyle.
Speaking the truth. That's right. Just because you fall under a certain palette in high school, Gauchos, doesn't mean that you have to continue doing so, Koken.
You may even feel the need to stay in it because it's comfortable, Clyde.
Well, the sad truth about it is that life is not comfortable. Sometimes we have to get out there and break free, break from those norms, and become an individual and make your mark.
Become a name that is echoed throughout time.
Stereotypes should not drive you.
You should drive you.
Because at the end of the day, your own actions account for themselves, not your culture.
Should you follow stereotypes and Gauchos?
Only if you want to.
But at the end of the day, you're your own person. Be the best you could possibly be, Gauchos. Now let's move on to Nathan Koken with general news.
Happy second period, Gauchos. Hi, Miss Brand. Now, you may not care about what I'm about to talk about, but I know your teachers do because their salaries depend on it. Now, if you have no idea what happened Tuesday, the entire nation voted in the 2014 midterms on legislative, state, and municipal positions. And the Republican Party seized both the House of Representatives and the Senate, making it the first time they've controlled both since 2006. So, with Democrats controlling the executive branch only and the Republicans controlling the entirety of the legislative branch, this time nothing's going to get done at all. Obama often gets defended in his failings because the Republicans control the House and block most of his actions. Well, now that's doubly true. He'll have to act only through vetoes, executive orders that don't require congressional approval. Or perhaps, if all is just in the world, we'll see some actual bipartisanship, teamwork. So what can you, the student, expect? Well, Jerry Brown maintained his seat as governor of California, so that means more budget cuts from childcare, scholarships, and state parks, while urging voters to accept tax hikes. But wait, isn't that what the Republicans do? Well, doesn't matter. They're both center-right parties who favor special interest groups over you. So you can expect the same amount of disappointment as usual. Still no iPads. Back to you, Kim and Marianne.
All right, thanks, Nathan. Well, it's that time again, Gauchos, because it's time for some selfie shout-outs.
Shout out to David Vasquez.
Swoop! Setting up for the next selfie shout-out is the girls' volleyball team. Looking wonderful, ladies.
Shout out to Angelica Deception. You are my favorite Deception.
Remember, Gauchos, if you want to be shown in our next selfie shout-outs, please send in your pictures over to our Instagram and email shown below. Hashtag put me on GNN if you must, and put your name and period too, and you could possibly be shown in our next selfie shout-out. Please, nothing illegal.
Now let's move on to Angelica and Marco with sports. Sports.
Good morning, it's us.
Angie.
I'm Marco with your sports news. The fall season is slowly coming to an end, sadly.
Volleyball held their last league game Thursday. They ended their season with a record of 9 wins and only 2 losses and came in second right behind Carson.
The Gauchos are currently practicing for their CIF playoffs, so let's wish them luck.
In other news, tennis is also in playoffs. However, because their game was canceled last week due to rain, it'll continue this week. They'll be holding their fall playoffs this Saturday.
Cross country had their league finals yesterday against San Pedro at Pet Park. They received their medals and were recognized for their hard work.
Shout out to Isabel Gutierrez for being the fastest girl in the Marine League.
Now let's talk about what's going on with football.
It was a very controversial game last Friday. I honestly thought we had the game in our pockets, but at the end, there were some calls and we lost the game.
Yeah, it was a tough game, but our Gauchos never stopped giving our team support. The student section was whited out and showed remarkable school spirit. Let's check that out.
Alright, it's always great to see some school spirit, so now let's go on to Anna and Lori with more on that.
Hey Gauchos, I'm Anna.
And I'm Lori.
As football season comes to a close, so do our spirit teams, such as small flags, cheer, drill, and band.
Well, they're not gone completely, since you Gauchos will still be able to watch some of their future competitions if you want to.
Now let's take a look at their successful season so far.
Well, I'm surrounded by these people, but I feel so alone. 'Cause I'm 3,000 miles away from first round, a place of my own. Matty Trump. These flights I've flown, yeah, and all these places that I've gone. I just wanna go home. Where I wanna go. Yeah, I thought I was sick of home, but actually I was homesick. Never really knew that I would have to.
Wow, good job, Gauchos. Our football games wouldn't be the same without you guys.
Let's go to Shannon and see how they felt about their season.
Thanks, Anna. Hey guys, it's Shannon. Let's take a look at how other Gauchos felt about our spirit teams this year. Alright guys, so we're here with Erica. Erica, what's your favorite spirit team and why?
I like drill team because their outfits are really cute.
Alright, so what's your favorite spirit team and why?
My favorite spirit team is cheerleading because it reminds me of Bring It On.
Nice.
Yes.
Sounds like we had a great season. Back to you, Lori.
Thanks, Shannon. Job well done, guys. Well, that's all we have for today. I'm Lori.
And I'm Anna.
Back to you, Kimmy Ann.
That's the last segment the girls are ever gonna do. Ha! Now, Gauchos, it's time for some general announcements.
Because Kim and Marianne on the PA system just isn't quite enough.
That's right, Gauchos. Make sure you order your yearbooks early so that you don't get the increased price.
Surprise, Gauchos, because I'm here to tell you this time. College apps are coming sooner than you know it. Don't forget to do them.
All right, well, that's all for Nacho Brews. I'm Kim.
And I'm Marianne.
Bye.
Bye.